view markets. So we finally had the event. My title of the World Change Friday definitely looks like it's turned. We have a breakdown in the dollar. We've taken out the 110 low. And I said that we had to go with the weekly reversal on Monday. I thought we'd get a little bit more of a pop. It was a very weak recovery here before we went. It was right in here. Thought we might get up to 1270 and a failure. This is a major breakdown. So on, this level, I expect rallies. Look at how much of a rally we had from 110 last time. We could get some type of rally. But I think a lot of people are still kind of trapped, being bearish a dollar, thinking this is only a correction. They'll ride it out. What this does is open the door for a move down towards a 200-day. And just the count can give you 105. 104 is going to be a very important test if we get back down towards this 104 level. Sell rallies in the dollar. I did say specifically that cable would outperform euro as expressed in euro pound, which it's currently still doing. And on the live stream on Monday, I said buy a dip to 1250. Okay, that was in here on Monday. And that's right where we went to 12. What was the low there? It's like 1257. So close enough for government work. And this has been the outperformer, big trade, 350 pips to the upside. See no reason except for profit taking that, we could stall here and pull back. But to me, it looks like a 119, 120 was the objective of the trade. I think as long as we're holding 13 and a half, that objective could be satisfied. Yen trying to follow through, but we still have this huge line in the sand here at the 146 level that people came in and bought the intervention. I asked a trader friend of mine how many times the BOJ came in, and I did it for a reason. And he said, well, 2 is confirmed and 1 is suspected, which means 3. And people that have been following my work know how I feel about the number 3 being completion. So they still need to finish a job on closing back under 45.80, but it looks like they have an opportunity for this to occur. Looking at Aussie, nice recovery in Aussie. People looking for 61, I think that's coming off the table. All break should hold 63 now if you're long. So, if you're catching some of these moves, you can trail stops to protect profits like I'm doing in S&Ps. We may as well get to the S&P. I said Monday, and we were here Monday, and I said that we could have a breakout over 3,800. I was looking for 4,100. So now here we are. We had the breakout yesterday. They tried to sell it off intraday last evening and could not get back under 3,800, which now becomes my new line in the sand. So when I first liked it down here, my stops had to be here. Then when I called the trade for buying opportunity here, okay, my stops then went here. Now that we have a breakout above 3,800, and you could have been adding on all these signals. It wasn't late to add at 3,800. One day they tried, it couldn't do it. Yesterday we had a breakout, and now back under 3,800, I'm gone. I'm out. We'll see if it holds it on pullbacks, and 3,800 is not cement. Support levels and resistance levels, you have to look at them more like a mattress, because you could attempt the level, take it out by a bit, and it's where candles close, not what wicks do. So wicks are great for timing reversals, but you can't count on them for using them for stop losses. The wicks are what picks off the stops. So you have to give it a little tolerance, but 3,800 is a very important line in the sand on the S&Ps. I'm looking at the gold, with a weaker dollar. It's not doing anything wrong here. In fact, an interpretation of gold could be that this was A, that this whole thing completed wave 3, and this is A, and now we have B, and perhaps we're going to have a C that could take it back up to 1740, and then people are looking for another capitulation to the downside. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge there. Silver acting okay. This break kind of made me more neutral about the metals. When it didn't perform with a weaker dollar, it's almost like they're a little late to the party. But if the dollar's going to 105, it's going to be hard to want to be short metals. As everyone knows who follows me, I'm long silver miners and gold miners, juniors, and I look at them and they've done nothing wrong. So when I'm leveraged up in futures or CFDs, that's a different story. These are long-term holds for what I believe are going to be a 2-year bull market in miners. Okay, the silver miners looking much better than the gold miners. Here's a gold miner I own, and it looks like, I'm open to the possibility we could get a 3 drive down here, 1, 2, although they turned it here. And I don't fear, like I said, I don't fear one more washout here, or even if silver did abort and traded under 1750 again, went to 1690. The miners are an add to me. And I just want to share a tweet from a trader friend of mine, Hedgehog. And this tweet right here is a very important chart to look at, because these are all the micro caps. It says that there's spec money coming into, these are micro cap, venture exchange, sensitive micro cap stocks across sectors. So what's being accumulated in these small issues, low floaters, as Mike would call them, are gold issues, silver, copper, lithium, uranium, crypto, and cannabis. So important chart, meaning that we could be entering a period of some speculation in miners, explorers, that could be a commodity rebound fueled by a weaker dollar, right? The dollar is everything. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. And something interesting happening in yields that was also part of the story besides the dollar. People say it's a dollar, other people say it's yields. It's like the chicken and the egg. But yields have come off pretty dramatically here in the past couple days. We did have a divergence in the 10-year. What's interesting is watch the long end. Okay, the long end has left an island bottom. You see these two little candles down here, which means that people are trapped and can get squeezed. So we could be in for one heck of a bond market rally. And so certain issues that have suffered from higher yields will recover. Housing being one of them. We talked about it. Mike and I talked about that yesterday. So those are the views. I also wanted you to take a look at copper, which is also a sign of maybe China coming back online a little bit more, along with the Aussie. You have copper, and we've been talking about long positions in Freeport-McMoRan in the room for a while, and been showing this copper chart, and we put in a couple higher lows, right? This was a higher low, and then we just had a low that was higher than this low, on the verge of breaking a downtrend channel. To me, recovery to $4 looks like a viable conclusion for copper. So I'll leave it with Dr. Copper, and he's saying good things right now, and it's all about the yields and the dollar. When the dollar is good and up, everything's bad, and when the dollar is down, everything rallies. So still, the wrecking ball may have broke the chain of the wrecking ball here for a while, and there's a lot of people that subscribe to the milkshake theory I'm saying this right now. Has everyone finished their milkshake? I love milkshakes, but we'll see. Milkshake theory now put on hold for a while. I think the real test for the dollar is going to be much lower. You know, we start taking out 104, 105, and then you have to open the door. We take out 104. You have to open the door to par or lower. So that's going to be the key test. And we'll see if dollar bulls are calling it just a correction when we're down here. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. A good place to trade, TradeView Markets. Someone posts a link and open a demo and compare them to your broker. So that's it. Mike's going to be here in an hour and 15 minutes. And tomorrow I have an anonymous guest, Mr. Blonde, at Mr. Blonde on Twitter, is going to be with us. And the question I am going to put to Mr. Blonde is, do blondes really have more fun trading? So tune in tomorrow, same time. Adios, everyone. Good hunting. Hope we're adding value to what you're trying to accomplish as a trader.